What I'd like to do now is talk a little bit more in detail about expanding your market. Each day you should plan to grow your marketplace. Learn to meet new people, build new relationships. One of the things that was very successful for me in the field was saying, I'm in charge of expansion. I'm looking for individuals who might be interested in a business opportunity. Remember, when you're meeting people, you're in the business of hunting. I'm looking for individuals that answer the right questions who might have an interest. And then the last thing is, remember, don't be a secret agent. One of the things we used to laugh about all the time is that if no one knows you're in the business, it's pretty hard for them to help or join or become a customer. Here are some simple ideas for meeting new people. The first one I'm going to talk about is called Frisbee. It's an acronym, F-R-I-S-B. But here's what it stands for. The F stands for friendly conversation. It's just being open and friendly when you meet somebody. The next thing is relate it to the business. In the conversation, it might make sense to relate something that they do or enjoy to the business side of it. They might say, yeah, I'd love to go on vacation at a lake, or I just got back. You say, well, that's one of the things I love about the Way All business is I get time freedom. And as a result of that, I've been able to earn additional income. Once I start that conversation, if they respond by saying, well, that's really interesting, how does that work? Well, obviously that's an invitation to share more about the Way All story. The S stands for share your story. But remember, 60 seconds or less. You don't want to talk all day about it. It needs to connect emotionally with the person you're talking to. And then the last letter, the B, stands for build for an appointment or a business card. If you can schedule time to meet with them, that's great. If not, at the very least, get some information from them and share your information. So in talking about relationship building, there are a couple of tools or acronyms that can help us learn more about people and better understand how they could benefit from the Way All business. And one is called FORM. In FORM, it really relates to F-O-R-M. The F is for family. Learning about their family. Are they from the area? Do they have kids that attend the schools? The more I understand their family, the better I can relate some of the great products and the opportunity that Way All provides. The second is occupation. What do they do? One thing that's interesting is when I'm having a conversation about an occupation, a lot of people will talk about what they love about their work and what they may not like so much. And this opens the opportunity for me to be able to say, do you keep your options open? Perhaps sometime in the future, I'd love to visit with you. I'm in charge of expansion. The next one is letter R, recreation. A lot of people love to talk about playing baseball or basketball, or they like the NFL, or they love to go skiing, or that opens the door because perhaps one of those things they do for recreation, you do as well, or at least that you're familiar with. And that gives you an opportunity to have a conversation in more depth, to get to know them better, and like I said, ultimately to find out, does the Way All business, the Way All opportunity, or the Way All products benefit them? The last letter is M, and it stands for money and message. From the money perspective, are they a person who would be interested in earning additional income? Do they keep their ear open for an opportunity? If there was a way for them to add additional money in their monthly budget, would they be interested in learning more? And then, of course, if the answer to that is yes, the message is, how do we share our opportunity with them? That's where you share your personal story. That's where you talk a little bit about the Way All business. That's where we invite them to take the next step and learn more. The last acronym I want to talk about in relationship building is really more focused on when I am talking to an individual and I want to learn more about people that might be interested in the opportunity, I'm going to use an acronym called STEAM. The first letter is S, which stands for salesman. And how I might ask is, if I say the word sales, who comes to your mind first? Who's a great salesman? Who's somebody that really is good at influencing other people? The second letter is T, which stands for teacher. One of the great things about direct selling is it's a lot about educating the consumer. Teachers are very successful. I might say, who is a great teacher? Who's somebody that you think does an excellent job in teaching? The next letter is E, which stands for enthusiastic. What I'm looking for is individuals who have enthusiasm, who are excited about life. So I might say, when I say the word enthusiastic, who comes to your mind first? Who are the first 2 or 3 people that you think about? The next letter is A, which stands for ambitious. It's the same thing. If I say ambitious, who comes to your mind first? Because what you do want to have is people who are ambitious, who want to do something more with their lives. They have a tendency to be great in the way-all business. The last letter is the letter M, and it has just as much importance as the M did in the form. We want to know, do they know individuals who are interested in earning additional money? Do they know people that if they earned another $500 to $1,000 that it would make a difference in their lives? And then remember, if there's a yes to any one of those, then we can share our message. The message is the way-all business. It's your personal story. It's the opportunity. One of the things that's important to remember, however, is once we've gone out and started a relationship and gotten to know someone and received their contact information, the next thing is to reach back out to them. And so I might call them the next day and say, "Hi, Frank. Hey, this is Sterling. I know we talked yesterday, but after our conversation, I just wanted to reach out and maybe schedule a time to discuss what we discussed in more detail." The last thing I want to remind everybody is the pathway to excellence and success. Remember the steps to greatness. Everybody wants to be great, but remember, you cannot become great until you're good. And you cannot be good until you're average. You can't be average until you have a little bit of experience, and experiences don't come until you try. So many people get so worried about being perfect that they never even take the chance to try. Some of these exercises will be new, meeting new people, communicating, using some of the ideas like form or frisbee or steam. But at the end of the day, remember, this is just a business of trying. Every time you try, you get experience. Your expertise will grow as well. Remember, this is just a business of trying.